All right. Now, you know how I tell you about spiritually, I can put you on the moon. What I do in the spirit world is in the astral illusion, not saying illusion, the astral illusion. I can open the door. I've done it when I had my seeds, 16 seeds. I can do this. I haven't done it since, but it would be harder for me to do it. Spiritually, I put a Jesus Christ through. I put priestess on the moon and a regent priest on the moon. And they all say, if something happened, I was on the moon, it happened. So to me, I did it, it happened because they confirmed it when they got back. Anyway, the first experiences I had with the moon and astral traveling was this. I go to bed at night. I don't know where I was. I think I was in Chatham at my house that I had all these experiences with the ETs. And I go to bed and I wake up sleeping. I roll over and I open my eyes and I see a radio, big radio. To the left of it is like a battery, a small car battery. And it's on a shelf, the shelf on a plywood or something, or on a two by four. It's sitting on a like a bookshelf, but the bookshelf is leveraged on two rocks. And I'm looking, what the fuck is that? And then I get up and I turn it on. I turn up the volume and I turn up the volume and I can hear people talking. Right, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're all. It's like a radio transmitter, like you're listening to the TV in a truck. That's what I can hear. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I go, I should talk to him. I should talk to him. See if see who they are and what's going on. So I grab the CB and I go, can anybody hear me? Can you guys hear me? You guys talking? Can you hear me? Over. I say over. And I'm listening and they're still talking. There's no reaction to me. And I'm like, and I do that again. I go, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Is this real? Can you hear me? And no reaction. I'm like, fuck. So these guys ain't hear me. So I I stand up, I turn around, and I look where I'm sleeping, and it looks like a hunk of cardboard. Like you lay down cardboard, like a cardboard box, you flatten it out, and you lay it out, and on top of the cardboard box was a pillow, a small little pillow, and a sleeping blanket, and I had a bag of food beside my head, and I had a couple cans of pop or soda. I had, and I saw them sitting there, and I'm looking at it, and all of a sudden I go, "Fuck, that's cool. I got it all figured out. I got it down. I figured it out." And what I meant was, I'm self sufficient here for a couple days, so cool. And I realized, and the light I don't know where the light came from. I don't know because I had no light, but there was light, which confused the hell out of me. Also, I turn around and I walk about 10 feet. And I walk and I walk and I'm looking at the walls, and it's like I'm in a cave, and the entrance is there ahead of me, 10 feet away or 15, 20 feet. It's like I'm in a cave. And I walk up to the mouth of the cave, and I'm like, holy fuck. All I see are a wall of stars. Stars. And I'm like, wow. And as I was walking, I forgot to tell you this. As I was walking, the dust, my feet up my leg was covered in dust, thick dust. And I remember I hit the dust off. I smacked the dust. And it was weird because it was sticking to my leg, like static electricity collecting talcum powder or something. It was really dusty. Anyway, I get there and I see the stars. I see the wall stars, and I look out and I see rocks and little hills, and it's all one color, more or less, like a gray. And I go, where the fuck? What the fuck? Where am I at? What is this? And all of a sudden it hit me. I'm on the moon. And I look down and I'm like 50, no, about 10 feet on a cliff in a cave looking down. I look down and there's a drop about 10 feet or so, 15 feet. So, and I'm in a cave, and I look around, it's all rock. And I look back in, and I can see my bed. I can see the stars. I just want to look at the stars and it was silent, silent, death like silence. But it was so fucking beautiful. I don't know how to describe it. It was beautiful, like absolute silence. Anyway, I could hear the radio cracking, people talking on the radio. And I don't know how, because there was no antenna, but there was a cord. I don't know. I had a cord. I never saw it running to an antenna somewhere outside this cave, but I don't know. I never saw no cords. I don't know. And it wasn't a big antenna. It wasn't big at all. And I looked back at the stars, and it was just like a wall of stars, like bam. I'm like, wow. And then I fucking the radio started talking or something, and I woke up in bed, and I was there. I was there just as much as I'm sitting here talking to you. I was there. That's how fucking real it was. The green light that has a little green light on the radio. There's dust on it. I didn't want to get the radio dusty. I remember that. I don't want to get the dust on the radio. So I put it up there, but I was still getting dust on it. Fuck. Everything. It was even deeper than that. But the particulars I can't tell you about, like the dust on the radio. Anyway, I'm assuming you understand that, but that's the experience. So what happened there? I went to bed in Chatham, Ontario, and I woke up on the moon. And I know what astral travel feels like. You wake up, it's like you travel instantaneously back to your body. But there is that where you're flying real fast. It's like you peek and you freak. It's called peek and freak. You holy fuck. You wake up. That's peek and freak. You get excited and you wake up. It happens in dreams. It happens everywhere. And it happens when you're on the moon astral traveling. So my soul goes to the moon and gives me that experience in the body. In this body, I go to the moon astral travel. He gave that to me. But what did he give me? Why is the radio there? It was my radio, my bed, well, cardboard and a sleeping bag. But why is that all there? How is that all set up beforehand? Because I set it up beforehand. I set it up when I was dead, before I came to this body. Before I was before I came before I was born on the earth, I would be attacked, beaten up, fucking noise in my head, which is what happens. So I just like, see you guys, I'm going to the fucking moon. Fuck you. And I go to the moon for a couple days. And I read a book. Yeah, there was a books there. There were books. I forgot to tell you that, but there were books there laying around my bed. I read a book, have some food, and listen to the CB radio. But it was a ham radio. And I tried talking, but I was really listening for aliens, see if I could pick up any extraterrestrials, but I couldn't. So that didn't work. And I remember that instinctively. I wonder if I can get aliens on this. But so I'm living in St. Lucian or wherever in the spirit world before I was born. And for a little trip, I go to the moon. And I know I've been there at least 5 times before that because I set up. That was my escape, to escape all the shit on the earth in the spirit world. I'll go to the fucking moon and nobody can find me. Nope. So you want to know what it's like when you're dead? There's so many fucking people, it drives you nuts. And your only escape is the moon. So I went to the moon before I was born, found a cave for some entertainment, set up a ham radio, brought my books, brought my pillow, and my fucking, because you can do that. Close your fucking eyes and will yourself to the moon. It's a lot easier when you're dead than it is trying to do it through a foggy ass ego where you got to meditate to release yourself, then go. So there's that. Now, how you do it with the doorway in the astral illusion. What I do is I'm going to send you to the moon. And I open the door, and the regent priest was standing. Jesus Christ was there. The priestess was there. They all witnessed it. You're in a blackness, astral, the void. You picture in your heart, in your awareness, a place that you've been. You've been to a place. That cave is the place. That cave is the place I know. So I open the door, and in the door, on the other side of the door, is the moon. So I took the priest, I took the regent priest, And I go, look, buddy, the moon. See ya. And I pushed him through the fucking door. He's a region priest. He can get back. He wanted me to put him in Mexico. I said, well, I've never experienced Mexico, so I have no way of getting you there. But I've experienced the moon because I astral traveled there earlier. So now I know where to send you. And then close the door. He knew how to get back. He came back by himself to the regent priest, and I was waiting for him. We're all other priests are waiting for him. And he came back and confirmed, yep, Rich sent me the fucking moon. So what do you need to know? That's how it works. But you need the seeds. You need to be enlightened off the mountain, illuminated, whatever. Or your skill set. You've tackled that and you can do it. Your skill set, spiritual skill set. You know what I'm saying? Skill sets. Anyway, I just learned that. I learned how to do that by watching priests do it, by watching Jesus do it. The region priests are on level 3. He goes, come here, Rich. He goes, you want to see the earth? I go, yeah. He goes, this is my relative on the earth. And he goes, look to the ground. Look on the ground. And I see rocks where you walk on. I go, okay. And he waved his hand. He waved his hand over the rocks out in front of him. He just waved his fucking arm. And a fucking porthole opened up. And I see a girl doing her homework. She's like 25 years old. She's hot as hell. She's got a dress on. She's sitting on a couch doing her homework, watching TV. He goes, that's my relative. I can see her anytime I want. Just like I did with the moon. He goes, yeah, you can do what we do. And I go, I can? He goes, yeah, you just did it with the fucking priest or putting the guy on the moon. I'm like, holy shit. This happened a couple years ago, 10 years ago or less. No, 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Yeah, because that's the time. Anyway, and she got up and walked around. And the preacher, I go, where is she located? He goes, New York City. And I go, that's where it is right now, New York City. He goes, yep, New York City. She's living there. She's single by herself. And I go, wow. He goes, yep. And he waved his arm, closed the door. They took me to zero, where you can see the moon. Now, if I was in zero when I astral traveled there, I don't know. I assume assume as much, but I'm still working on that. There's so much going on in my head spiritually that I'm doing. I haven't given much thought, but whatever. That astral traveling to the moon. My soul was showing me what I did before I was born. And he took my mental awareness, my ego, with him to a place he went before I was born, just to get away from the assholes and the fucking maniacs and the people that were trying to kill me. Because Daniel Boone, and we have a lot of them. There's a lot of people that spirits that still want me dead. That's why I'm stuck right now in the spirit world, in the illusion in a room they built for me near the Regent Priest simply because people want to kick my ass. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring that up after traveling to the moon. And I didn't even try. My soul took me, and I woke up there. And I'm watching, I'm adding it up. I'm fucking holy shit. Awesome. I haven't done that to Mars, but I went to Mars. Maybe I'll make a big long video about all my experiences on Mars. That it's nothing great, but it's cool because I went to Mars. But next video. All right, later, guys.